Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a quick video to talk about the different career modes that you can start in Farming Simulator 22, and just to kind of see what you start off in those and kind of how to start a new game. So just a quick little guide for us. So if we go into here, Farming Simulator 22, if we go to career, I have a save spot there, but if we just click on any empty space spot, that'll get us going. Now here we can select between these three modes. So new farmer, you already own some land and equipment, the economy is profitable, and gameplay elements are on an easy setting. Farm manager medium, the standard setting for getting started, you don't own any land but have some substantial funds ready for spending. The economy is stable, grain prices are decent, and gameplay elements are on standard settings. Then we have start from scratch hard, a real challenge. The economy is tough, prices are low, and you've already taken out hefty credit with the bank. Gameplay elements are on the most realistic settings. So we are going to take a look at all of these here. So we're just going to click this, continue, and you can choose any map now. So this is the next screen you get. Now, once we do have modded maps, I don't know when you guys will be watching this, but once you do have modded maps for the game, they will show up in here if they're properly installed. So we'll just select Elm Creek for now. So hit continue. It's going to load up the game here. We'll get a second to continue there. And then after it does load up the game, we are going to go into the character customization screen, and that will give you the ability to, if you'd like to, customize your character. All right, and now that we've gotten it to 100%, we'll hit start over here. And again, that's going to take us to our character customization menu. I'll do a separate video on this. Once you're done here, hit confirm down below, and it will move us on. So now, welcome to Farming Simulator. Would you like to start a short guided tour? This will show you the base of the game, so you can hit yes or no depending on what you want to do there. I'm going to hit no for now. So yeah, it'll give us a little message down there at the bottom. Hit enter to get rid of that, and then you now are in a game. You have a game save open up here. Now, this is new farm mode, as you guys saw. So if we go into the menu, a couple things I want to note here. First off, if we go down to our finances screen, we start off with $100,000 and no money in the loan there. So we don't owe anyone any money. Our starting equipment, we have several pieces of starting equipment in here, so you can take a look at all of this stuff through here. So you are going to start with different stuff in new farmer mode, so you have that going for you. Now, we're not going to talk too much about the settings, but an example of what they're talking about with the settings here is if we go into here and we go down to, sorry, is it under here? Where is it at here? Just did a video on this. Economic difficulty is set to easy. Now you can change the settings as you want to, and if you want to know more about that, make sure you check out my game settings video, but you can adjust that how you'd like to. Now the last thing that we need to talk about is the land we start off with. So what we start off with here in new farmer mode is we have a chunk of land here worth $156,000. So essentially, yeah, and this chunk of land here, if we actually zoom in on it, we have, as you can see here, zoom in even further, we have 3 fields. So you have some starting fields, a little bit of land here, and you can branch out from there. So that's new farmer mode in a nutshell. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to the same location in, we're going to move into the next mode, which is farm manager mode. And again, this process is the same to get through to the next mode. It just will be in start or farm manager mode. So I'll get to that mode here in a second for you. All right, here we are. We are in farm manager mode. Now I did switch maps. I went to Hot Baler on just to change it up a little bit here. So a couple things we want to note now is, first off, we can see here that there is just some empty spaces here. So in new farmer mode, this is normally where there would be structures, but you don't start with any structures in farm manager mode, so those are not there. You'll have to place your own or do something else. Now, if we go into the menu here, a couple things we need to note. First off, financially, we have $1.5 million in the bank and no loan balance, which this is different than FS19. In FS19, we started with $1.25 million and a $250,000 loan in Farm Manager. So just to note that. Now, if we go to vehicles, we own nothing. So that's another huge change there. Now, if we go down to game settings here, I'll just note it here. Economic difficulty is now on normal instead of easy. So the settings do change depending on what mode you're on. Now, if we go up here to the land, we zoom way out, we will see that we don't own any land at all. So you start off with no land. That's essentially what farm manager mode is going to put you in. So again, I'm going to load this game back out, and I'm going to load us back in and start from scratch mode so we can take a look at those game settings, and we're going to do that on the Erlengrot map. All right, here we are on Erlengrot, loaded in start from scratch mode. So a couple things to note. One, also on start from scratch mode, there would be buildings here normally on new farmer mode, which are not here since we're on start from scratch mode. So similar to farm manager mode, you're not going to have any buildings. You don't start with anything. Now, if we go to the menu, we'll go to the financial screen first. We start off with $500,000 in the bank, but we have a $200,000 loan. Now, this is actually almost identical to Farm Sim 19. Farm Sim 19, we started with $300,000 in the bank and no loan. So basically the same amount. Now, again, we can repay or borrow. If we wanted to borrow more, we can, or we can repay that whole loan off. So if we wanted to just repay that loan and start it off with 300,000 in the bank, we could do that. But there you go. That's essentially what it's got going on there for you. So another thing to note, we don't have any vehicles, as we would expect being in this mode. Now, if we go down to settings, we're on hard economy mode, which again, you can scale that back or however you'd want to, but just to note that it does change your game settings. Now, if we go to the map itself, we take a look, we don't own any land whatsoever, so we got to try to figure out how to accomplish something without owning any land. So yeah, that is going to be start from scratch mode for you. All right, now that we're back in the main menu here, one final thing to note: if you wanted to start back up in a game, as long as you saved it, which you can do inside of the game save there, you can take a look. We have our 3 games here, which I saved. So if you wanted to start, you just hit continue down here, and it will continue you into the game. So that's all you have to do there. Now, first off, a couple things to note here. So we can see the name of the game, which we can change inside the game. Then it'll see what map we're on, so we know we're in Elm Creek for this one. We're on Hot Bay for this one, and Erlengrot for this one. It shows us our current balance of money in there, and then down here it shows us what career mode we started in. So new farmer on Elm Creek, we have farm manager on Hot Bay, and then start from scratch on Erlengrot, just as we did. Shows us our time played and the save date on there, so 11/19/2021. So again, you can take a look at all that different things there. But yeah, that's essentially just an overview of how to start a new save game and the differences between new farmer mode, farm manager, and start from scratch. If you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and for watching.